Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to the final lesson of Ratio. It's the 3rd of March today, and today is going to be all about answering some questions that bring together all of our knowledge that we have learned about ratio over the last week and a half. So before we get on to ratio, your starter today is all about revision of angles. So what I want you to do is find the letter, the missing angle in each one of these questions. I will give you a little bit of a hint because it's been a while since we looked at angles. Quadrilaterals, four-sided shapes, and also angles around a point all should add up to 360 degrees, whereas angles on a straight line and angles within a triangle should add up to 180. So pause the screen there and use your knowledge of what that square means, what that represents, to find the missing angles, and then we'll go through the answers together. Okay, so let's go through. Let's start with this quadrilateral. We know that it should add up to 360 in total. Hopefully you remembered that these squares represent a right angle, which is 90 degrees. So we've got two of those. And we have the 146. So let's add all those up. 90 add 90 is 180, which we know. And then let's add that to the 146. If you can do that in your head, great. If not, use your methods. And then let's subtract that from what the total should be to give us our missing angle. So we need a little bit of regrouping there. 10 take away 6 is 4. 5 take away 2 is 3, which leaves us with that missing angle of 34 degrees. Okay, let's stick with our 360 degree total and go down to angles around a point. So I'm going to add these two in my head. 105 add 25 is 130. Add that to 90. Again, if you can do this in your head, please do. Gives me 220. And then I need my total, which is 360. Subtract what I have so far, which gives me 140 degrees. Moving over now to our 180 degree totals, we have on a straight line, which is 180, take away 130, which would leave us with 50 degrees here. And then within a triangle, again, we have our right angle. This is a right angle triangle. Add the 52 to give 142. And we do need to subtract that from 180 as the total to give us 38 degrees. Hopefully you managed to have a bit of a reminder of those. We haven't looked at that in a little while. Okay, let's get back onto ratio then. So here is a big question for you to think about. Pause the screen and have a read of it and see if you can remember from last week and from Monday how to answer this sort of question. So fruit salad is made using bananas, oranges and apples. For every one banana, there is 2 oranges and 3 apples. So for every one banana, there's 2 oranges and 3 apples. I've written the ratio there. There are 24 fruits in total. Remember that trigger word, in total. What does that tell us to do? So how many oranges are there? Pause the screen and have a go, and then come back and we'll go through the answers. Okay, brilliant. Well done, guys. So I've split my bar method into 6 because there is 1 banana, 2 oranges, and 3 apples. Apple, apple, apple. And in total, we have 24 pieces of fruit. So I want to know, what does the oranges represent? So I'm doing 24 divided by the 6, which gives me 4. Which means each one of these parts represents 4. So to finish my question, how many are oranges? There are 2 parts that are oranges, which gives me an answer of 8. Hopefully that's refreshed your memory. We're going to be going through kind of a range of questions today, all about different areas of ratio that we have looked at. So I'm going to show you this one, and then you'll have an opportunity to have a go at a few before you go on to do your quiz. So Mary is the presenter of a weekly radio show. She plays 5 new songs for every 2 old songs. I'm going to label those new and old. Last week, she played 15 new songs. I'm going to put that on that side. How many songs did she play all together? Now, a bit of a trick question, because the questions we've seen naturally would say, well, we find our multiple there, 5 times 3 is 15, and therefore 2 times 3 would be 6 old songs, but actually it hasn't asked you how many old songs, it's asked you how many songs in total. So I need to take my 15 and my 6 to give me 21 songs in total. Okay, your turn. Here's one for you to try. 2 letters have a total weight of 120 grams. One letter weighs twice as much as the other. So we haven't looked at when it says it like that, but if something is twice as much as the other, you always have 1 as the first ratio, and then the other side of the ratio is how many times bigger. Write the weight of this heavier letter. The total weight is up there. We know what we do with totals. We use the bar method. So pause the screen and have a go with this ratio to see if you can work out the weight of the heavier letter. Okay, so let me draw my bar. It's got 3 sections to it because it's one ratio for the one part for the small letter. We call that small. And the bigger letter is 2 times as big. There we are. Altogether, they're 120, so I need to divide by 3, which gives me 40 in each part. They're equal, and therefore the weight of the heavier letter is 80 grams. Okay, one for you to try completely on your own now. In a survey, the ratio of number of people who preferred milk chocolate to those who preferred plain chocolate was 5 to 3. 46 more people preferred milk chocolate to plain chocolate. How many people were in the survey? So pause the screen there, draw everything you know and use the clues they've given you to work out how many people were in the survey. Okay, I hope you've had a chance to have a go at this. This was quite a tricky question in the sense that it's this element of 46 more people. Let me show you how you can do this. So first of all, let me get my bar method drawn. So there are 5 people, and I'll show you why I'm doing these separately in a minute. 5 parts that were for milk chocolate, and then let me add on the 3 parts. Okay, let's label these. So let's do milk, 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 milk chocolate, milk chocolate, milk chocolate. And then let's do plain, plain, plain. So I've got my ratio correct. Now, this whole idea of 46 more people preferred milk chocolate to plain chocolate, they haven't given me any other numbers. So what you need to do in this kind of question is actually split the bar. They are still equal parts, as you can see, but this now helps us to compare which has more. And they said 46 people more prefer milk chocolate. So if I write plus 46 in here, you can visually see that this must be the 46 people, these 2 parts here, because otherwise they'd be equal. But it says that 46 more people prefer milk to plain. So these 2, hopefully you can see that there, parts must equal 46. So to find 1 part, I need to half that, which would give me 1 part equaling 23. Now that I know 1 part, I actually can work out that each part is 23. And altogether there are 8 parts. So it wasn't 28, it was 23 times all 8 parts, 24, 16, 18, gives us 184 people. So whenever you see a question that actually doesn't give you any numbers, it only gives you the ratio, and it tells you that 1 part has this many more than the other, line them up in this way rather than the bar going across, and then you can see, well, actually, these 3 parts are equal, so the extra 2 parts must represent the 46 people. Okay, I'm not going to show you any more because I think you are ready. So go on to Teams, and there is a quiz that summarises all of the kind of ratio questions we've been looking at. You can always come back to this video if you need to, but really well done, guys. You have shown real confidence in this topic, and I really look forward to seeing you back in school next week so that we can revise some of this in our Fast Fives. Well done, guys, and speak to you soon.